make that shit look easy. I'm cooking all the things that you see on your TV. Watch it. Shaking, baking, flipping, whipping, sauteing. I could do it all, and I stay What's up, everybody? Welcome. It's your friend, your homie, your girl, Mary Lou, aka Lou Beezy on the track, aka Shuri from the Black Panther. So what we're going to be doing this week on Geeks and Grubs is we want to show our tribute to the late great Chadwick Boseman. What we're going to be doing is going to be completely different than what you've seen on this channel, even though you've only seen a couple of episodes, but we're doing an inspired by take. So the way that I show my love, my gratitude, my affection, just the way that I represent myself is going to be through food. So the best way that I can show my appreciation for everything that Chadwick has done for us is to convey it through a lot of my cuisine. So take this journey with me and my team as we go through the culinary wonders of Wakanda. Whoa. Oops! Oh shit, man! Oops! It went on time. I said 3, 2, 1. All right, pour one up for the homies. Kiki, you'll eat a little bit. You know why. Okay. Okay, juice is flowing. She ready right now. Okay guys, what we're going to be making is going to be unoshu. Thank you. And fish curried stew. I know what you're thinking. It's like, Mary, where'd you come up with this? I'm so glad you asked, audience, because it took me so much time. What I did is that I actually was watching an interview with Ryan Coogler, and he was talking about how he went to Africa to come up with the whole ideal behind, I was gonna say Rwanda, but not Rwanda. I don't know where that came from. It's close, but Wakanda. And where he went to was called Cape Town. Cape Town is in South Africa. And so I started like digging into the different cuisines that were from that region. And that's when I happened to come across unoshu. And unoshu is pretty much going to be samp, which is very similar to hominy in the African culture, as well as sugar beans, which are very similar to pinto beans, which is what I will be using. It's actually Nelson Mandela's favorite dish. Honoring 2 heroes at once, come on now. So, we're gonna start with our onion. And we're just gonna pull this bad boy back. So I have my onions already cut up, my garlic is already cut up, so we're gonna start off with our sugar beans, aka pinto beans. And I got my pinto beans soaking overnight. You're gonna get roughly like 2 cups, and you're gonna put 2 cups inside of your pan. They traditionally make it with water, but I'm using chicken stock. Lies. I'm using fish stock because I really want flavor in every single bite of this. And it's actually really exciting because of all the different types of food that is available in Africa. I think you see it on TV a lot of the times and it's coming off like Africa is just this third world country that needs help all the time, but Africa is flourishing, okay? There are parts in Africa, like there are parts in the United States that need a little bit of assistance, but Africa is flourishing and there's so much going on. Did you know that the United States could fit into Africa 3 times comfortably? I could probably fit another like quarter time up in there, but nah, I want my space. Africa's massive, guys. Anyways. And then you are going to do the same things with your samp. So I couldn't find any samp, but what I do have is milled hominy. I got some hominy, and then I put it inside of the blender, and I crashed that bad boy all the way up. We're gonna get that, 2 cups with 2 cups of our stock. And we are just gonna let that simmer for about 30 minutes or until all of the stock is gone. Okay, while our samp and beans is going to be taking a sweet time shimmering, we are going to start cooking on our onions. And so the onions are gonna add a nice little flavor component to it. Ooh, that's my favorite sound. Come on, y'all. Get ready now. All right, so I got 1 large onion. I'm using half of 1 onion to make the samp, and the other half is going to go into our curried fish stew. So the reason that we're jumping also into a curried fish stew is because I want to combine different regions of Africa together. I'm using the Cape Malay type of fish curry because that is exactly where Ryan Coogler went. as well as we are using the Moshu, the Sampan beans, because the dialect that they're using to speak inside of Black Panther, inside of Wakanda, is going to be called Kosha. And in the Kosha region, this is one of their favorite types of foods. So it's just my way of paying homage to what it is that they, I guess, went through, what it is that they wanted to see, the different cultures, the different aspects. My way of keeping my eyes open. We're gonna throw in a little bit of turmeric and a little bit of pepper, black pepper, that's what they call me. And we'll mix all that up. And then I'm gonna add just a little of some salt. Yay! I feel like I'm always using turmeric. I just love it. It's such a good secret spice, you know? Like in the Middle Eastern, in Africa, and everywhere else besides America, like turmeric is everywhere. It is magic. It's literally magical spice. Put it on your face, put it on your clothes, put it in your tea. Don't put it on your clothes, I don't know why I said that. But everywhere else, it's good. You got me over this garlic, ready?
Yep.
Okay, so once we have our onions nice and cooked and delicious and they smelling good and they tasting good, we're just gonna transfer that into a bowl. Shh. All right, and then we're back. Okay, so all these little bits, I could clean this out, but that's flavor. And what we're looking for all the time is flavor. So we're gonna leave that in there and we are going to get our fish for our fish curry stew. So I'm going to use this one seasoning that I absolutely love. It's called fennel and salt, and I'm going to season my fish. The fish that I'm using is cod. I'm using cod because it is like a thicker type of white fish that's still flaky but can still hold itself down. Like they use hake or other fishes that I can't pronounce, but just know this is a really good fish. Halibut's a good fish if you got that type of halibut money. Tilapia, I think it's weird, but hey, do what you want to do. I ain't gonna judge you. It's your life, not mine. And we're gonna get our fish and we're just going to set it all the way down. I cut them into about 1-inch pieces, and I'm gonna put them seasoning side down on top of all that good up in there. It smells good! And you're just gonna let that sear, and then we'll flip. Okay. Okay, so I flipped the fish. They got beautiful little colors on it, and honestly, that's pretty much all we're getting. So I'm just gonna take the fish out, scrape the bottom. I've got some phenomenal bits at the bottom of this pan. Oh, the bottom of this pan is mad sexy. I'm just gonna pick up on the chunks, flaky bits, delicious bits, careful bits, Frankie bits. And I'm going to put all of these bad boys on a plate. Stop yelling at me, chingao! Okay, they're all on a plate, and they're gonna make their return later. So I'm gonna turn the heat down on this, and we're gonna throw a little bit of oil. The little bits of fish that are in there, that's fine. They're actually gonna break all the way up. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the base of our curry. And so a curry is a bunch of different spices. The reason that we're doing a Malay curry, one, I'd already told you before, is that is the Cape Malay is where Ryan Coogler went, but also it's just delicious. There are several different types of curries that you can find in Africa. But the one that I really wanted to do was this one. What makes it a lot different is going to be the fact that there's tamarind powder. I should turn this. Tamarind powder and coconut milk. So right now we are adding in our spices. There is approximately 1 tablespoon of cayenne pepper, turmeric, ginger, fennel seeds, black pepper, curry powder. I think that's about it. And then two cinnamon sticks. And you're just gonna cook those around until they get nice and fragrant. I'm gonna smell them, I'm gonna let them go. We added in some oil. I'm gonna throw in about 2 tablespoons of butter. Yeah, these are just gonna mix and get hella delicious. And we wanted to use that little bit of fond that was left over at the bottom of the pan from our fish and from our onions because, they got something to say. Nice. So, while this is getting all nice and delicious and these flavors are getting married, because like I said, we gotta meet each other, we gotta know who we are. I'm not just gonna jump in this relationship with you. I need to know that you're gonna have my back through thick and thin, through rich and poor. We're gonna add in our garlic. And we're gonna add in our onions, roughly about, I'm gonna say half an onion, because that was a fatty onion. And they're just gonna get married. Looking at these flavors, watching them marry. You know, what really happens when we introduce new people to the relationship? Are we gonna stay together? There's only one way to find out. You're gonna just let this cook for approximately 3 minutes. Right, so what you're going to do next, once you've got all your flavors, we're gonna throw a little bit more turmoil into our marriage to see how we can stand up. And that turmoil is gonna be in the form of 2 tomatoes. I got the tomatoes, and you can grate them. They're traditionally grated, but I threw them bad boys in a blender, and I was like, work just the same. So there's the 1. And then there is the 2. And we're gonna see how our relationship can stand up with our delicious tomatoes going in there. While that's going, I'm gonna turn around. She back. I know you are ready. I was ready. Don't worry, I got you. And we're gonna put in some ginger. So you wanna grate your ginger. Ginger is very fibrous, so if you take a bite out of it, I don't recommend, but I don't know your nightlife. If you wanna do that, do that. But grate it so you can get nice, good pieces in there. And they'll just melt and they'll form. The best part about this curry is that it's giving you sweet, it's giving you salty, it's giving you savory. You know, she got everything. She got everything that you want in a woman, all right? She got different values. She's into different things. You can't put her in one category. She ready. We're gonna mix them all together. Yum, 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 yum. All right, next what we're going to add is going to be our tamarind juice. So this is tamarind. This is tamarind paste. You can get the real tamarinds. They look like peanuts. Insert picture of tamarind here. But I've got this paste. So when you have this paste, you're gonna let it sit in a little bit of water and you're gonna just squeeze it. And then we'll get a strainer and we'll put our tamarind right in there. And I'm just gonna like squeeze all the little bits out. And tamarind is like sour. So I'm pretty sure, I'm from Texas, so we have all of our little tamarind candies, and they're fire, or tamarind juice. And it's like, it's sour, it's a little salty, it goes great with chamoy. But, yeah, that's up in there, and that's giving us that sour effect. Now, what you haven't seen me add is gonna be a little salt. Put a little salt in the marriage, all right? Bow! And we're gonna mix that up in there too. There's some good things going in here. Oh my God. So what I'm also going to put in are going to be some lime leaves. Now the recipe calls for curry leaves. I threw in curry powder because it was very hard for me to find curry leaves. I went to 3 Asian markets and 1, not Asian market, but it was a market. It had some great things up in there. Man, I felt goddamn diverse. I was like, culture everywhere. But I like to throw in the lime leaves. It gives it a little bit of citrus, and it's my secret ingredient that I told the world. So, whoopsies. And we're gonna mix that in there as well. And then finally, we're gonna throw in our coconut milk. This is literally one of my fears, is that I open up a can and it cuts me and I get tetanus and I die. You don't need to put that in there. You can, but I mean, you don't have to. And then we're gonna throw in our 1 can of coconut milk. Oh yeah, she's so coming together right now. Man, our marriage is holding up so well. We're gonna let that just sit up in there. It's gonna do its thing. It's gonna vibe out and have a great time together. So now that this is going in, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our fish back in. Our fish. in there. Come on in, mind your business, mind your business. More people into our marriage. And they're gonna come out and they're gonna vibe. And we are going to get a couple of our cherry tomatoes on the vine. We put in the tomato puree, but I genuinely like, if this would not make me look like a fool on YouTube. God damn it. Make me look good. And we're gonna just throw those bad boys in there. And we're just gonna let that sit and it's gonna come to a boil. Once you have your jalapenos in there, I threw in a little bit more tomato paste. You're gonna let this simmer for approximately about 30 minutes. Every relationship needs time. So now we're gonna see this simmer for probably about 30 minutes. Hold on, I gotta get this. Hey, what's up? Oh no, that's easy work. I can do that. Yeah, real quick. Oh no, I can fix that real quick. Okay, where are you? So where are you? No, don't worry. I'm already tracking your location. Oh, I see you decided to go with the blue shoes. You took my recommendation. You're welcome. Duck! Okay, and on your left, I'm going to disable the firewall. I'm amazing, I know. Oh, you're with Bros Stuffers. I said hi. Okay, and you are in. Do you need anything else? I'm cooking. Yeah, no, something. It's mine. No, not for you. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, so our beans should be done. We're gonna give it just a quick little taste. Real good. And we're gonna get our beans. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put them in this blender and I am going to puree them. The way that you make noshu is that the samp and the beans are together. Because I'm plating it in a different way, I separated them, cooked them the same way. But I'm having the hominy or the samp kind of act like the rice for the curry, while this is going to be a nice sturdy base for all of us. There she go. Hold up. Check it out. Come on, puree. Bruh. She ready. All right, so bean puree, absolutely ready. And now we're gonna add in our onions to give us another depth of flavor, but also deliciousness. Because you know how I like to throw different people inside of this relationship. Perfect. Peaches. All right, get that. Put it into our same bowl that we had our issue in the first time. Sorry. And yeah. That's what's outside. I'm gonna remove this, and now we're going to double check what's going on with our fish curry stew. Moment of truth. Kinda nervous. Ooh, she's pretty good. Good flavor, good aroma. And now this is the time where you're going to go on ahead and adjust all of your seasonings. So what you don't want to do, see, this is what we're not going to do, is push everything around, because you're going to get your fish to break, and you don't want your fish to break. You want a whole piece of fish. So I'm just going to get a little bit on my spoon. Oh, that good. And a little spice to it. I was gonna add some salt, but now she good. She ready. And let's move this aside and we'll start plating. Okay, so I have my bean puree, which is made out of my own noshu. And then we also have our samp or hominy, because that's what I'm working with, on the side as well. I told you that I separated them just for plating purposes, but this is how I want to convey my art. We also have our Malay curry right in front of us, and I threw in some cherry tomatoes because I just like the color and the brightness. It's my interpretation. Just let me live my life. So, for our plating, first things first, I'm the realist. Secondly, I'm going to get our beans, and I'm just gonna smear it. There's something about a smear, I swear to God, that just does it for me. Secondly, I'm going to add in our samp. So what this is going to do is it should stop all of our liquids from spilling out. Like, I want some of it, but I don't want it to be a hot mess where you like, for real, Mary, there's stuff everywhere. You see how I caught that curse word? Come on now. Okay, next we're going to fish out. Oh, you see what I did there? Because there's fishes in there. We're gonna fish out a really good piece of our tomatoes on the vine. And then what we're also going to do is fish out our fish. So now you're just getting like good pieces of the curry. You don't really want any of the leaves in there. And we're just gonna put all of that deliciousness right inside of our beans. Hey, get out of there. It's not your job. Nice big pieces of our fish, and we're just going to stamp it all the way down. And then you're going to get any type of spoon you want. Obviously, I have this like fancy spoon because I do this for a living, but you could just use a spoon. And you want to kind of like put your curry sauce just kind of dangling around the side. So what you're going to do is you are going to get your coriander leaves, or as we know it in the States, cilantro, and you're just gonna kind of like let those sit any which way. There's really no rhyme or reason. I just like to drop them, let them have a good time, putting different people into this relationship to see if we can withstand the test of time. Okay, and then lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to get our wet paper towel and we're just going to wipe the edge. Just because nobody wants all of that ick running around. And that's going to be it. And that's going to be your moshu and curried fish stew. What I'm really excited for is in my family, for my culture, when somebody dies, we don't really take it as a mourning. What we do is we have a celebration. You're not supposed to be sad through the passing of anybody. You're supposed to be excited because you are the result of their life. I am the result of when my grandmother passed away. I'm the result of her life, and all we did was have a big party. And yes, there were some tears shed, but there were more happy stories than anything. So what we want to do is celebrate the life. We want to celebrate the times, and we want to celebrate the legacy that was left and continue forward from there. So thank you guys for joining me. Please go on www.geeksandgrubs.com for this recipe. Follow us on Geeks and Grubs on Instagram, and now we also have a Patreon. Patreon.com/GeeksandGrubs. Come see us. We got more things coming forward. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you had a great time. And I forgot to taste the food, so I should do that. Okay, I'm getting curry a little bit. Yeah, that's good. It's real good. Actually, I'm gonna put There's a lot going on in here. Very good. I'll be surprising myself all the goddamn time. Join us next week for another geeky episode of Geeks and Grubs. Stay hungry, my friends.
Lou Beasy make that shit look easy. I'm cooking all the things that you see on your TV. Shaking, baking, flipping, whipping, sauteing.